Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back. I am a reseller of clothing and shoes on Poshmark. In order to make consistent sales, one of the things that I have to do is share my items to get more views on them and increase the chances of more people seeing it and wanting to purchase my item. So sharing is a really important aspect of selling on Poshmark, but it is super time consuming, and to be honest, coming from an eBay background, it can be really overwhelming, kind of annoying. It's not something I want to spend my time on when it comes to Poshmark. Recently, I have been using, over the last couple of months, a Poshmark sharing service, and that's what we are going to discuss today. I did want to say that I do believe it is against Poshmark's rules to use bots, which is, I think, like an app that goes in and shares things for you. Just want to start by saying that this sharing service is not a bot. These are real people. There are different options out there. You can use bots, which again are against Poshmark's rules, or you can use a sharing service, which are real people sharing the items from your account. So I've used a couple different sharing services. The first one that I used, I was kind of disappointed with. I used it because it had a try us for free for 1 week, or it was like half off or something. I got like a deep discount on it, and I tried it for a couple days and I wasn't impressed. I don't want to throw out what name that was, but when I used that one, I kind of gave up on sharing services because I just kind of figured they would all be the same. But after growing my Poshmark closet to over 1,000 listings now, I'm seeing that it's very necessary to get help on sharing. And I was thinking about either paying somebody that I knew to do that. And that's what got me back into looking for a service or a person to share my items on Poshmark. So eventually I came across this website. It's called Reseller Assistant, and it is awesome. Ever since I started using it, I haven't stopped. They are super affordable, and we'll go into pricing a little bit later. But they're super affordable, they're reliable, and I'm getting the same thing every time, and I'm getting evidence that it is working via my notifications and my sales. So I was so excited when I first started that I actually wanted to come on like that week and tell everybody on YouTube about this sharing service, but I figured that it would be a good idea to get a little bit more time with it, make sure that it was something that I wanted to promote, and that basically they were consistent over the span of a month or so. So it's actually been, I think, almost a couple months using them now, and I am highly impressed with them. So the process is super simple. When you sign up for Reseller Assistant, you just go to their website, you'll create an account, and then you'll choose which plan you want. Now, for most people, and for me when I started out, you'll choose the most simple plan, which is, I think, $24.99 to start out, and that gives you a week of sharing. So the way their service works is they offer pricing based on clicks and then length of time. So again, as I said, most people will start by using the 1 week that is the lowest option that you can do, and it's only 25 bucks. So that plan will get you 3,000 clicks per day, and you get to decide how those clicks are spent. So you can break up those clicks based on what you want for your business. You can do self-shares, you can do community shares, you can also do targeted follows. If you're new to sharing, or you don't really know what it is, or basically why you would want to do self-shares versus community shares versus follows, you can watch a previous video that I did, and I will link it somewhere here on the screen. So as I said, you can break up those clicks. You could do, in a day, you want to do 1,000 self-shares. Let's say you have 1,000 items in your store, so you want to do 1,000 self-shares, 2,000 community shares. You can break it up however you want. If you've got 500 items in your store and you want to do 1,000 self-shares, that'll get your closet shared twice a day. And, however you break it up, it just depends on how you break up your shares. That will determine how many times a day your closet is being shared versus how many items you have in your store. And so what they do is after you sign up for an account, you select your plan, you pay for your plan, they're going to send you an email and ask you to change your password. So these are real people signing into your account, acting as you, sharing from your account. Now, I think that's where a lot of people just kind of get scared and say, no, I'm not going to use this service for privacy reasons. You know, if you read through their disclosures and everything, they do have a very strict privacy policy. And if you're going to use any sharing service, they all require this. So I was a little hesitant at first when I started using a sharing service, not just this one, for the password reason, but I've never had any issues. And one thing that I guess helped ease my caution with it was in order to go and change your like bank account information. First of all, they can't see your full banking information. If you like go to your settings, it doesn't show the full account number. And if you do go to change it, it requires an additional login, which I think gets sent to your email. So there's no way they're getting into your bank account information without you knowing about it. So they'll send you an email to change your password to one that they've provided for you. That way they can get into your account and start your sharing process. You will then change your password and then you'll send them an email back. And it's really nice because they are really quick about getting back to you and you're actually talking to a real representative. So they'll include their name at the bottom of the email. And if you have any questions, you can just respond to the email and ask them right there. And I really like that versus having to go and like enter into a form on their website and things like that. So you're interacting with a live person. They send you the password, you change it, you send them an email back, let them know that you've changed your password, and then they will send you another message saying that a VA has basically got your package and here are the times that they will be sharing per day. Now, one nice thing about using a sharing service is they've done a lot of research on when the best times of the day are to share. And so they're going to be sharing based on however many clicks you choose for self-shares. They'll divide those up and divide them up evenly between the best times of the day to share. So that way your items are getting viewed by the most amount of people and increasing your likelihood of a sale. If after you use this first service, you decide you want to bump it up in a plan, they do offer monthly and 60 days in a plan. And they also offer one with 4,000 clicks a week versus 3,000. So they do have different tiered plans based on what you're looking for. And again, when you go to buy those plans, you decide right then and there where you want those clicks to go to. So besides occasionally sharing an item just to get it to the top of my closet, to have better items at the top of my closet for when people enter my closet and the order I want it in, besides that, I'm not doing any sharing anymore. It is so nice to not have to even worry about sharing because my time could be better spent elsewhere. And as far as if I think it's worth it or not, my sales have increased astronomically since I started using the sharing service. And then in addition to that, I have been cross-posting and adding more items into my closet. So with the doubling of both of those tasks, I have significantly increased my sales. And if you've been watching my What Sold videos, my Poshmark sales have actually started to increase my eBay sales, which I never thought would happen. Another question that I really quickly wanted to answer because I feel like somebody is going to ask it down in the comments is, will they separate your listings that have sold or ones that you've marked for not a sale? And the answer is when they go to share, yes, they are only going to share your available listings. So if something sells, or let's say it's sold on another platform and you mark it for not a sale or for whatever reason, they will only share your available listings. So all those will go to the top of the closet and then all the solds and not for sales will go down to the bottom, just as if you were sharing your closet. So real quickly, going into pricing, I'm just going to quickly show you a screenshot of their website right here with the pricing information. So as you can see, the starter plan is $24.99. They also have some additional like monthly packages, which range anywhere from $120 to $250. And then they also have some really gigantic plans, which I don't know that I'll ever get that far. But for somebody that does only Poshmark, or they have thousands and thousands of items in their store, I could see somebody eventually working their way up to these plans. But those plans range from $600 to $800 for 3 months though. But those get you additional things like you're making sure your entire closet is shared 3 times a day. That way it's not divided up based on the clicks. You get, reports and interactions with people that are doing reports on things that are going on in your store. You get support. And then they do like a pub crawl, which is a really late night, like 2 a.m. kind of sharing time, which, believe it or not, I've heard works very well. Obviously, if you're starting out, you are not going to be trying those ultimate packages, or maybe you are, I don't know. But for me, I started out on the $25 plan, which is just a 7-day span. And honestly, that is, I'm pretty sure, the cheapest sharing service that I've come across, because I've done research on quite a few, and it to me is also cheaper than hiring a VA through a VA service. So if you are new to Poshmark, or you've been thinking about getting on Poshmark but you don't like the sharing aspect, this would be a really good option for you to try out. $25 is a really low investment, and if you think about it, if you're not sharing your closet 3 times a day, or maybe even 4 times a day, depending on the amount of items that you have in your store, and you're making decent sales, think about how many sales you could make if you were sharing your closet 3 times a day or 4 times a day, or however much. And would that double your sales? Would it triple your sales? And would it be worth a $25 a week investment? I think yes. Or maybe you have been on Poshmark for a while and maybe you didn't even know about sharing services, because I definitely did not know that that was a possibility or an option until I saw another YouTuber talking about it. And maybe you feel like you're at that point where your time is better spent on listing, sourcing, things like that, and a small task like sharing isn't in your best interest, and that it should be hired out. So I recently joined their affiliate program and got approved for it because I have been using them for a while, and because I told them I did have a YouTube channel. So if you're interested in signing up for it, I will have a link down in the description below. It would help me out if you use that link. Yeah, it just makes life so much easier as far as Poshmark goes. So drop a comment down below. Let me know if you are currently using a sharing service, if there's one that you found that is cheaper than $25 a week, because I definitely haven't found one. Let me know what your experience with them has been down below. Again, my first one and my first couple after that wasn't great, but I absolutely love Reseller Assistant. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.